This is the Renaissance Men podcast, broadcasting live on YouTube and Twitch. Now please welcome your host, Stuart Garrard.
Good evening and welcome to episode 171 of the Renaissance Men podcast. I am your host, Stuart Garrard, and joining me is my good friend, co-host, Renaissance Man extraordinaire, Jimmy the Saint.
Oh, you are too kind, Stu. You are too kind by calling me a friend. How are you doing, buddy? How you doing? You've rushed here. You ran to get here, haven't you? You've run. Where have you been?
I haven't. I've driven here, but I'm still out of breath. Crying out.
Driving gets you out of breath.
I don't know what's happening. I've come straight from a good friend's leaving do at work. So we're flying by the seat of our pants with this one, Jimmy. Episode 171 is going to be good. Good, and I can feel it.
Yes, me too. Me can too.
How are you, my friend?
I'm all right, actually. It's been a nice week. I had work's been nice. I've been up on the up and up. Had my
on the up and up. What does that mean?
Well, my job's up
Positive.
and down, so it's nice when it's up. They've been talking about me nicely in New York, Stu. So that's always good to hear.
Oh,
whatever that means.
Why? Yeah, what does that mean?
That just means people talking about me nicely in New York.
Okay.
Just people, just randos.
Wow.
Well, yeah, the randos. What else? It was my mother's birthday this week.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Mama
birthday,
T.
Diane.
Saint.
Yeah, Diane T. Saint. We had a lovely fish and chip supper round at my sister's. Fish and chips.
Lovely.
It was bloody good. Curry sauce with haddock and chips, Stu. Actually, I had cod.
Mate. I'm a convert to curry sauce with chips.
Yeah.
I think this is predominantly a northern thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my good wife Amanda, who we mentioned last week, she introduced me to curry sauce. I know.
Did she? Where's she from? She's from Norfolk, isn't she?
I'm not Norfolk. I said the north.
Yeah, where's she from though?
Oh, she's from Grimsby. She's a proper fishy woman. Yeah, Grimsby girl. And she slathers her chips with curry sauce.
Yeah, lovely.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah. And the fish goes well with it as well.
Yeah. Any fans of curry sauce in the chat? Let us know.
Yes, we had that, which was delicious. And I mean, what I was going to bring this week to you was rabbit. Watch.
I've got them. I can show them, kind of like that. Oh, that's my wife's WhatsApp chat. You don't want that. You could freeze frame that, look back and see
how angry she is with you.
Mm-hmm. That's my
about the sad cow comment. Well, I was hoping you'd get them up on the screen. Maybe we'll save them for next week.
Okay.
Because it would be nice to actually see them in HD. But the rabbit's been chewing more stuff.
Little tease. Oh, you can't see that at all, can you?
Come the other way. Oh, there she is. Oh, go next. You'll see another one. You'll see a bit of a close up.
No,
she is cute.
No, yeah, I'll get those up. Sorry, we're massively unprepared this week, but
no, that's fine. That's fine.
That's me talking about the innards of the sausage. Sorry,
we are prepared. That's. I think that's been my week. I'm trying to think if I've done anything else. I don't think I have. What have you been up to?
Well, not a great deal, to be honest. Just a lot of excitement for this coming weekend because it's WrestleMania weekend.
Whoa, WrestleMania. Yeah, very excited about WrestleMania.
That time in the year where lapsed fans like myself come back into the wrestling fold for the show too big for one night. They've now got to put it over 2 nights. 10 hours of wrestling, probably 12. Let's be honest, 12 hours.
Well, we've got Hall of Fame Friday night.
Yep.
Which I love, Hall of Fame. WrestleMania night 1 Saturday, WrestleMania night 2 Sunday, and then the Raw is essential viewing on the Monday, isn't it?
Indeed, yes.
That's a lot.
So it's the whole shebang. So I'm looking forward to that, and I've been I'm quite taut and tense about it. I really want to. I look forward to it every year.
It is good. It is fun, isn't it?
It is, but we are inevitably disappointed. But we'll see. I'm an eternal optimist, as we know.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping when my kids are older that they like it, that they like wrestling. They've watched a couple of Royal Rumbles with me, but I'm hoping they get into it big time, like bigger than me, so that WrestleMania weekend in the Saint household becomes a thing. You know, where that's what we're doing. We're getting our snacks and our drinks in, and we're watching 2 days of WrestleMania.
Good man. I'm sure we'll cover it at some point this week and next. So look out for that. If you're not a wrestling fan, might be a show to miss next week. But what are you gonna do? There's plenty of other content for you. Just saying. I came across quite mardy there, didn't I? I'm so sorry.
Like if you want something different from us, pay us.
Anyway, apart from that, British summertime started. That kind of, I was really affected this week, Jimmy, when the clocks went forward.
That's why I've been so tired.
Mate, I've never, ever been affected by it at all. But this year, just, that lost hour on last Sunday just wiped me out, man. Wiped me out. It's a sign of our age, mid-20s, that we're just knocking on a bit.
It's only recently that I've actually started thinking about it and understanding that it's not a scientific thing. I always thought we did it because we sort of had to. Like I thought the planet did it. It was only recently when I think I saw on Joe Rogan say, you know, people don't do it in other countries. I'm like, why? And they go, because, I think for the farmers, someone said to me it's because of the Scots, which I'll stand by.
Probably,
So that because it's so dark up there, so the farmers could get up earlier and then go to bed, like something to do with that. And then I was like, oh yeah, hang on, because we go forward an hour and backwards. Of course we could get rid of it if needed. But I never knew that. I thought it was like an eclipse. I thought it was like something that happens. We just lost an hour.
The world Earth stops rotating.
Yeah. What a dick.
We all just stand still.
That's maybe the stupidest thing I've ever done. Not realizing that it's a thing we've invented. I thought it was an actual scientific phenomenon.
Wow, Jimmy, that's
what an
AJ
idiot.
Styles flat Earth tier level.
That's close, isn't it? That is close. What an idiot.
See what I've got to work with, listeners. It's not a Renaissance man.
No, Luddite.
Yeah.
I'm a sun worshipper.
Other than that, Jimmy, I've not only is my body clock a bit screwed, my actual body
biological
is screwed.
clock.
Well, my actual body is screwed because I've done my sciatic nerve in. I've always had a history of my tweaking my sciatic.
You got a history of hurt and everything, haven't you?
All I did, again, sign of the age, mid-20s, I'd kind of just leant over like that and coughed. That's all I did. Leant and coughed.
Dangerous.
And I threw my.
Hold on. We've been slagged off in the group.
Yeah, by you. What's going on there?
Oh my God. Someone's coming as me. That's spooky. Well, that's not me. Oh, I know who that is.
Of course. No. Yeah.
I know who that is, Stu. That is someone else called James Carr.
Okay. What are the chances, eh?
Put the comment up. Put it up. Acknowledge it. We say it will be acknowledged.
Nice. There we go. It threw me. Absolutely threw me. That did. But me
too. I thought it was someone from the hour that we lost through daylight savings. The other
you from the future.
It's
on Star Trek. But no, other than that, it's been a good week. Oh, but enough of that, Jimmy. We're here to talk the usual in geek culture, aren't we? If you do enjoy our content, then you can support us in a number of ways. And they are as follows. You can head over to ko-fi.com/RenaissanceCast if you want to support us financially. Just chuck us £3 and you can buy us a figurative cup of coffee. So there we go. So far, my mum is keeping us sweet in coffee. Good old mum. You can also find us on the internet at youtube.com/RenaissanceCast. That's clearly where you are right now. We're also on Twitch at the same address, and come join in the conversation with the community at twitter.com/RenaissanceCast. We're also on TikTok, having our details harvested by the Chinese government.
We're so young. We're on TikTok. We're such trendy youths.
Mid-20 people do. Yeah, mid-20.
Stu, good comment in the comment section from Peter Turner.
Pete, welcome, Pete, by the way. Welcome, Pete, and welcome to all those in the chat and all those watching. Do get involved. Further to your cow conversation last week, I have never seen a sad cow, but I have been confronted by an unreasonable one. Okay. It refused to move off a footpath when asked, and I was forced to rethink. I don't know what you would do in that situation. Can you push a cow?
No.
They're quite hard to.
You'll have to fox it. If it's asleep, you can push them over, can't you? That's a big thing in America. Cow tipping. The youths, our lot, do it when they're all hammered and they go out into the fields and tip a cow. See, an interesting story about cows. Back when I was at drama school, Bretton Hall, we did an Arto piece.
Why are you putting that voice on?
I don't know. And it was a thing where I can't remember what it was called. It was a style of theatre which is just flipping weird, and you just come up with the weirdest stuff you could and pretend
improv kind of.
No, much weirder. No,
wow.
You just can't try and come up with weird things and pretend it means something. That sort of thing.
It sounds
wank,
like
wank. I think.
Whose line is it anyway?
No, it's not improvised.
Okay.
No, you
get
come
past
up with
the improvisation.
Yeah, you come up with a whole performance and you do this thing. Anyway, we were all in bathing suits. There was like me and a group put this together. We're in bathing suits and military wear and white face. Even good friend of mine, Atif, who is the Indian fellow in whiteface. Is that racist?
Interesting. Well, yes.
Put you on the spot there, Stu.
Yes, it is.
But he's the nicest man I've ever met in my life.
I don't care. He was in whiteface.
I'll message him and tell him he's a racist. Anyway, we're all in whiteface. We're all doing. It's like clowny whiteface, We're all doing this performance. And at one point, me and my good friend Sam Shaw-Q kissed. We had a horrible, long, wet kiss. Very stubbly, very horrible. Yeah. In our boxer shorts and military garb and white. This is what I'm getting at. You do the weirdest things and pretend it means something. Anyway, then I left Sam and I brought the audience round because we were outside. We were along this little riverbank and I sang "We Have No Bananas" to entice this audience my way. And now the audience didn't know this, but Sam then ran off round the back of a field and completely stripped off naked. And then I brought everyone round to the other side of this river. And then I just sort of looked at them all and then I pointed and he got really far away. So imagine that. You've just seen him giving me a kiss and then you've come with me and suddenly you look and he's really far away, right? Over these two fields, completely in the billy bollocks.
Yeah.
And he just started running towards us. Now, sorry, hang on.
It's fine.
Now, every time we had done this in rehearsals, right? There was no cows in the field. Yep. On the day of the performance, fucking loads of cows.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Loads of cows. And he was like, well, I'll just run through them. And he ran through these cows naked and they sort of scattered. But then they started chasing him. All of these cows started chasing him. And he got to the fence, leapt the fence, came up in the nude. Naked. Yeah. And then got in front of the audience. And then we dressed him. And then we did something else at the end of the show. I can't remember. Sung something or other. But then afterwards, people were like, how did you train the cows to chase you? Sam said he's never been so scared in his life. These cows just chased him. Female, cows, not bulls, cows. So, haven't seen a sad cow, but I've seen an angry one. I've seen an angry few.
Again, I married one. It doesn't work second times. We're dining out on that too much.
Yeah, let's get off the cows.
You brought it up.
Good comments in the comments section there.
Oh,
Lacey.
I'm going to save Lacey's for the Ask Us Anything because it's a question and we haven't got any. So let's do that.
Nice.
That was Pete's previous cow comment, but he does go forward. COW is actually an acronym. It stands for Cattle Obstructing Walkways. Mm-hmm. Seriously, look it up.
I don't believe that. No. And James Carr, what's he saying?
Future Jimmy says, you don't see so-called comedian Jimmy Carr on TV now. AAA. Wonder why. Lawyers, 50 grand.
He's trying to get money out of us.
Hi, Peter. My wife loves your mum's records. Nutbush. What? Anyway.
Tina Turner.
Yeah. Nutbush City Limits.
Yeah. Pete Turner's mum.
There we go. Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Not talking about her nut bush.
No, I get the connection now. Anyway, that's where you can find us on the internet. And it's time for Ask Us Anything. So let's do the sting and let's get some questions in from the audience. Eh? Let's go please. Interactive. Let's go interactive with Ask Us Anything. Here we go. Ask Us Anything, that part of the show where we get the audience to ask us questions that we attempt to answer on the show. I'll just check Twitter because I do post on Twitter every Thursday evening a request for questions, and I haven't checked it today. So
we'll do, because it seems like we've got like the cast of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in the comment section tonight.
Yep. Could go right, couldn't it?
So Christ knows what we'll get from them.
Well, sadly, no questions on Twitter.
Right.
we do have to revert to plan, probably about plan F, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Lacey, welcome, Lacey. Pleasure to have you. He asks, it's Mania weekend. That's WrestleMania. Is it worth watching? I'm going to say yes. And I say that as someone who hasn't watched the WWE product for several months now. I mean, I've dipped into the odd pay-per-view here and there, but I haven't followed the storylines. But it's WrestleMania, baby. Welcome to WrestleMania.
I agree. I think WrestleMania is always worth watching. It's the biggest wrestling event of the year. If you like wrestling, it's the one to watch, isn't it? Even if you like AEW instead of WWE or whatever, it's the big one. It's Super Bowl, isn't it? It's, what is it in football? World Cup, final.
No, that's every 4 years. Let's go with the Champions League final,
right? Or the Six Nations with the rugby, or I know about sports. Whatever, it's the big one. You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. And Roman versus Cody, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. That's going to be a corker.
I hope
the
so.
Usos versus Sammy and Kevin's going to be great.
Yeah.
Rhea and Charlotte, despite it not being built up, will be a bloody good match. Their last one was brilliant. They hard hit those women. What else we got? Brock's always fun to watch. Him and Omos will be probably a mess. So sometimes a mess is just as fun to watch.
Watching a car crash, isn't it? You have to just watch it.
John Cena versus Austin Theory is going to be interesting because Theory can go, and if Cena cares enough, that's going to be an interesting match.
Just going back to Lacey, he's suggesting that it's 2 nights and really a 1-match card. I do hate the fact that it is 2 nights now. I think I'd rather take one long night of wrestling than 2 medium-sized nights of wrestling.
So you'd rather have 7 hours than 3.5 each night?
Yeah.
But what about the audience who are there?
Fuck them.
Right. And
also, what care about them?
Going back to 2 nights instead of 1-match card.
Yes.
This is one of the fairest things that WWE do, because they're by all accounts, they're a pretty awful company from some of the things they've done, from siding with the Saudis and being big Trump people, and what else have they done that's awful? Sacking people, sexual harassment, sacking people and sending their clothes in a bin bag. But they try and get everyone on that card so they get a WrestleMania payday. That's why it's so big. That's why they have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. They get them. It's how these wrestlers earn their money. So if we say do less, those lower down the card wrestlers are like, oh, I don't get a payday then. So you got to think about the wrestlers as well.
That's true. I mean, I hadn't thought about it. I was, as we just saw, I was thinking of it in very selfish
Purely
terms.
about you. Yeah.
So forgive me for that. I guess it does give everyone a payday. It probably brings in more revenue to the company, doesn't it? It must do, surely. Although saying that must balance out the fact that you're having to hire the venue for 2 nights as opposed to 1.
Yeah,
I'm
they might
thinking
get
of it like a village hall type situation. I assume they have to hire it, pick up the keys from someone, just go and unlock it.
Make sure you clean up in the morning.
Exactly, yeah.
The WI are coming in at 10 to the LA Stadium or wherever it bloody is. Yeah, so I think just don't watch. You don't have to watch it all. I think that's the thing. People get bogged down going, oh, it's bloody long, and it is. And you could make it more exciting if it was less. Less is always more, but you got to think about everything that's involved and just step out.
True.
Just when a match comes up you don't want to watch, go for a poo.
That's the answer to everything, really, isn't it? If you don't want to watch it, go for a poo. Lacey, I'll reflect the question back to you. Are you watching WrestleMania? Interested to hear that. Any other questions in chat? Do let us know. That was, well, it feels a bit, I don't know, we're ending Ask Us Anything a bit early there, but.
Oh, really? Haven't we got anything else in the comments? Something from James Carr there?
He's off to watch Minions, apparently.
Oh, I've just seen Minions' new film is on Sky. Mustache.
Yeah.
Nice for him to drop by. And what is it's Brad?
That's spam.
Ah.
He wants to offer us promotion of our channel.
Is that not a question?
Nice.
Okay. And then Lacey, I may watch some of it if I'm not tired. Well, that was Ask Us Anything. Oh, but
No, go on.
Last week I asked you a question, didn't I?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I said I've got a question for you, Stu. It was something about, wasn't it eating? Wasn't we talking about eating animals?
Oh, we did. So yeah, something like that.
And the week before, you asked me a question.
Yeah.
About did I want to get back into acting?
Oh, I did. Yes.
So now it's your turn, Stu. You can ask. Have you got a question?
Ask you a question
for me, or have I got a question for you, Stu?
Okay.
I think I've also asked you your favourite actors.
Yeah.
Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver. You got those answers?
I want to extract some hatred from you.
Oh, we've just had one in the comments.
Oh,
Too late.
thank God for that. Yep. Hello, Neil J. Welcome. Evening, guys. Sorry, mate. We were too. Question: what's the best Star Wars game?
And we've got 2 questions from Lacey as well.
Yeah.
Super
Star Wars on the Super Nintendo for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that the one where you're Luke 2D scroll along platformer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go.
No, actually, no, it's not.
Oh.
In all seriousness, I would probably go Knights of the Old Republic.
People love that game, don't they?
Yeah, I love that story.
Do.
Best Star Wars story since the original films for me. Yeah, really good twist at the end, which I won't reveal. But...
Yeah. I'm going to go Force Unleashed. First one.
Oh, nice.
I really love Force Unleashed 1 and 2. I think the story, the Force Unleashed story, actually fits in better than most of the TV shows have been trying to cram into the universe. This sort of secret apprentice of Darth Vader. I love the fact that you can finish the first one either good or bad. There's 2 endings. You fight the Emperor, you fight Vader, you fight the Jedi that got away, you fight Yoda, I think. Do you fight Yoda?
Do you?
You talk to Yoda? Yeah, definitely. He's there. Like, everyone's in. I thought the Force Unleashed games were brilliant, and I was only playing them again. My son plays them. Brilliant games.
Nice.
Still got
I remember watching the making of those games, and they interviewed. They did some video soundbite with George Lucas, and I think the developers of the game had to fax him like what they wanted to do in the story, and George received the fax. We want Princess Leia. Yeah, that's fine. Done. sorted, and they put in Princess Leia.
Simple as
So
that.
that's how he checked off. That was his rigorous approval process back in those days. Yeah, fuck it, that's canon. Who cares?
Yeah, he was just building up for the sale, wasn't he? The big sale. So there you go. Knights of the Old Republic and Force Unleashed 1. Question from Lacey.
Questions.
Trump being charged. What do you think? Has he been charged?
Yeah, he's been indicted, isn't he? But I don't know what is this the whole paying off someone to like hush money for potential sexual harassment accusations.
Yeah.
Is that what this is about? I haven't kept my finger on the pulse of this hot potato.
Well,
unfortunately.
Do you know what I think it is, Stu?
What?
I'll be honest.
Yep.
It's me. I'll be honest.
Yep. Where are you going with this?
Well,
free Trump.
No, he's an awful man. He's a terrible man. But I think
there's a but coming.
Yeah, I think because the Democrats haven't got not the Demigorgon, the Democrats haven't got anyone else to really run.
Yeah.
And they know that no one wants Biden anymore. They're trying to destroy Trump.
Right.
Because there's loads of things going on but like loads of people haven't been brought up on stuff they've done on both sides. But now is the time when it's going to get ready for the next president. And Biden is terrible. Like he's so old. he's so diddery, doddery, blithering old fool.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm. Well, he's awful. He's awful. He's going to be. I think by the time if he gets elected again, I think he's going to be like 82 or something. Like, now I'm not saying all old people are terrible. Of course they're not. And they're smart. No, not at all. Not at all. Old people are smart and should be respected. But in that
just
job,
give them the nuclear warheads.
Ideally, you want someone in their like late 40s. Something like that, or
mid-20s, like us. Mid-20s,
yeah, or kid, children. No, but like you. So I think because they know Biden is, a lot of people are going, Biden promised this and nothing has happened. They're trying to kill off Trump. They're trying to get him in trouble so he can't run.
Yeah,
that's what I think's going on.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
More conspiracy theories from Jimmy. He is turning into AJ Styles. Conspiracy theories. Thinks the planet stops on when we jump ahead an hour. Christ.
I don't think that. I just didn't know what happened. Anyway, another comment from the comment section.
Oh, I know. Lacey asks, will Colchester stay up? I don't know, Lacey. I'm getting worried now. We need to get some wins, mate. We need to get some wins. Yeah, I'm seriously concerned about Colchester United right now. We are not picking up. We haven't had the new manager bounce that one would hope a new man coming in would give you. But yeah, I think we do need to win this tomorrow. I should say. Who are we playing? I can't remember. I'm going, so that'll be fun. Yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Watch this space. I think. Let's hope they don't go down because I don't think they're going to be going back up anytime soon from the GM Vauxhall Conference, as I like to call it, as I still call it.
Blimey.
Yeah, there we go. Any comments on the sports, Jimmy?
None.
I have no opinion either way.
I hope Colchester do well. That's all I'll say. Go Colchester.
Good boy. Oh, God. Lacey says Super Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi are all balls hard. They are. They were hard games. Really hard.
Yeah, games used to be much harder because, well, I think they first started basing them on arcades where it was all about putting more money in. So they were just hard as could be. But I watch a guy called Angry Video Game Nerd on YouTube. YouTube. And he watches he goes through these games and they're so difficult when you watch, like they're ridiculously hard, some of those old games. Got another question from Pete Turner.
Do any of the Star Wars films contradict each other?
Yes, all of them.
All of them.
Absolutely all of them.
But they don't care. They don't care. They just keep on going, contradicting each other.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares?
I mean, the original trilogy, did they contradict each other? I mean, probably the weirdest thing is Luke and Leia snogging, and then you find out they're brother and sister. That probably wasn't the plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Obi-Wan in the first one saying that, spoilers, your father was killed, and then you find out his dad's Darth Vader.
From a certain point of view.
Yeah.
That bollocks. Yeah.
So again, they cover it up, and they've been trying to cover stuff up for years, but
I can see past that. Can you, as a fan, do you see past the contradictions, or are you more like?
I struggle a bit. With a lot of the contradictions. I mean,
I think they've done a good job of. I don't know. No, they haven't, have they?
One thing that does annoy me at the moment is originally it was like Luke was the last hope,
yes,
or maybe Leia. No, there is another. Luke and Leia, Yoda and Obi-Wan talked about him. Luke was the only Jedi left, unless they needed Leia. But now there's Ezra, there's Ahsoka, there's Grogu. There's all these other Jedis kicking around, and you start to go,
"Yeah, Ahmed Best."
Ahmed. They're really starting to ruin the original lore.
Yeah.
So
turns out there's fucking hundreds.
They all contradict each other, and you should just enjoy the other stuff, but only really appreciate the original 3.
Yeah. Alex, welcome. Alex asks on Star Wars again, which time period in Star Wars would you rather exist in? Pre-Phantom Menace times or the time under the New Republic?
Blimey.
I'd go pre-Phantom Menace times. I think it was a very interesting episode of Mandalorian a couple of episodes ago when they had the doctor from the first who had been experimenting on Grogues, who was part of the old remnants of the Empire. How he was being integrated. Yeah, how he's being integrated back into society, having said, "Well, I'm fessing up. I don't want any part of this anymore." Why am I doing this? Oh yes, but that episode kind of shone a light, I thought, on how the New Republic wasn't a great deal different from the Empire itself.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, again, and that's sort of what's ruining the original films, wasn't it? It was in the original films, it was the goodies beat the baddies, woohoo, everyone lived happily ever after. And then you're finding now that the rebels building this New Republic, it doesn't really work. They didn't do a good job. Even when a planet said, "Can you come and help us?" In the latest Mando, I don't know if you've seen that yet, Stu, but they went, you have, they went, this is going to be tricky. What is this? This is terrible. So yeah, I'd rather live when the Jedi were all happy and
simpler time.
Yeah,
simpler time.
And Queen Amidala was happy flirting with 8-year-old boys, 9-year-old boys.
Oh, is that everything? I think that's all the questions.
We got through it.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm liking the transition from Ask Us Anything to live probe the audience.
Well, probes from the audience.
Probes from the audience.
One quick final one in the chat from Peter Turner.
Which agricultural world would you rather exist in? A pre-cow domination, PCD, 1 or rural? Pre-cow domination 1. Oh, a pre-cow domination 1 or rural Narnia? Narnia for me.
Yeah,
a very magical feel about it.
Yeah, I like Narnia, but I think there's too many talky animals.
Oh yeah, there's those Cockney beavers, isn't there?
There's Cockney beavers. Imagine being in the bar with one of them trying it on with you, and if you didn't get with that Cockney beaver, do you know what I should say? You were a beaverphobe.
Yep.
And I know a beaverphobe sounds like a slur for a homosexual, doesn't it?
It does.
It
really does.
It would be something different in Narnia. So I'm going to go pre-cow domination, whatever the hell PCD is. I'm going to go that.
PCD, yeah, pre-cow.
You're going Narnia.
I'm going Narnia. Just that act of going through the cupboard. I say cupboard, the wardrobe, obviously. Just peering through into the magical world.
Lion Witch in the cupboard.
There we go. Right, that was Ask Us Anything. We've got a hot potato. Jimmy, you've provided a hot potato. I like it.
Boom, let's do it.
Hot potato is where we talk about the latest water cooler moments.
Yes.
What are people talking about around the globe? We give our opinions like people need them. We throw our voice into the beyond. Anyway,
we certainly do.
This is hot potato. The great beyond.
Welcome to Hot Potato, where we discuss this week's hot potato. Stu, I brought you an absolute doozy this week, Stu.
Go on, what you got for us? What's the nation been talking about?
Well, the nation has been talking about, Stu, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Candle out.
Not, anus flavoured this time. No, if you didn't notice, Gwyneth Paltrow is currently in court and it's being televised. And it's wonderful. I've been catching up on it.
Oh, God. We know how Jimmy loves a court case.
I love a courtroom battle. Gwyneth Paltrow is in court. She is being sued by a man called, I want to say Dr. Sanderson.
Colonel Sanders?
No, Sanderson. But he does look a bit like Colonel Sanders. For a hit and run on the slopes. He's claiming that she bashed into him on the slopes.
Ooh, right.
And caused a lot of physical damage and emotional damage back in 2016. Let's watch this. Let's watch the key moments here. Pause it.
Do we need sound?
I think, because we can react to this, Stu. So
it was wrong for me to triangulate you, your dad, and your sister, and your mom.
Sorry.
I ask for your forgiveness.
Right. I didn't know if it was an intentional assault of
Who are these
sexual
people?
nature.
Are these the lawyers?
Okay.
Lawyers, yeah.
Was he grinding and thrusting or something? Or
What?
just the noises? What
How
made
does
you
he
think it was
ski?
an sexual assault?
Well, she says this.
A quick thought that went through my head when I was trying to reconcile what was happening. I was skiing and two skis came between my skis, forcing my legs apart, and then there was a body pressing against me, and there was a very strange grunting noise.
She's lied under oath a number of times, and I want to be able to show the jury that...
And I want it withdrawn this moment.
And you're bringing this claim for $1.
I am.
And I asked you as well, when you learned about that through Taylor Swift, because she asked for $1 in symbolic damages, right?
And I think I said at that point I had not been familiar with it, but I since am.
You're not good friends with Taylor Swift.
I would not say we're good friends. We are friendly. I've taken my kids to one of her concerts before, but we don't talk very often.
You've never given Miss Swift personal
Why are they bringing this up?
gifts for Christmas.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. Thanks.
You were furious and said you skied directly into my effing back at the top of your lungs.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I apologize for my bad language. Mr. Sanderson categorically hit me on that ski slope, and that is the truth.
And I'm sure that that's what you believe. I'm not saying
Because it's the truth.
I'm not saying that.
The camera that I referenced was a violation of the decorum order. That's the second violation in 2 days. Still photographer directly on my client's face, already transmitted nationally.
Are you allowed to just get up and
So I'm mad.
walk about?
May I ask how tall you are?
I'm just under 5'10".
Okay. I am so jealous.
I think I'm shrinking though.
You and me both. I have to wear 4-inch heels just to make it to 5'5".
Oh,
So
they're very nice.
thank you. So all right. So
Why's she covering her face? There's cameras everywhere.
I don't know. It's very weird. So there you go. There's some. There you go. Hit that off. There's some highlights. There's Sanderson. You just saw a quick glimpse of him there, looking like Colonel Sanders. Look at the bottom left.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So 2016. There's this crash on the slopes. Him and her. and since then he has had a lot of trouble with. I think he broke some ribs, and his girlfriend left him. He's claiming because his personality changed, because he's got a mental issue since this crash. So he's suing her for $300,000, which to Gwyneth Paltrow is probably about what, 50 quid to us.
Yeah,
like, it's not a lot. And she's decided, because he's done this, she's decided to countersue for $1.
For $1.
This is tell me you're white and rich without telling me you're white and rich, isn't it? It's absolutely horrendous. She's complaining. She said she lost half a day on the slopes, which was very expensive. So she's not happy about that, and that's why she wants the $1. The reason they brought up Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift's countersued someone for $1 because it's like a sort of a statement. It's not, I don't want any money from them. I just want to win this, and I'm countersuing for $1. So it's BS. The problem is he comes across as a real prick. The guy. Both of them saying they crashed into each other. There's no video footage. We do not know. Gwyneth comes across very calm and collected on the stand and is doing a very, very good job.
Smug though, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I like your shoes.
Yeah, she is smug. I hate Gwyneth Paltrow in everything except for Iron Man. But the other guy's worse. If the other guy seemed like a genuine victim, it would be worse. But he's this real smug little ex
Colonel
eye doctor. He was an eye doctor. What are they called? Optometrist. And at one point, he says he was blind. He said he was blind in one eye, and then he's going, "Well, I can see out of it." And they're going, "Well, you're an optometrist, so were you blind or what? What's the deal?" But I've been trying to catch up with it because I was a little bit behind. I'll just give you some of the highlights from him. He claims he's lost 3 inches in height because of it. He's lost 15 pounds in weight.
Okay.
His girlfriend left him because he changed as a person, broke 3 ribs. And what was...
How does he lose height?
Yeah, not sure. Because I know Hulk Hogan's lost height because of all his back operations, but it's ridiculous.
Well, I know we do naturally shrink as we get older, don't we? But that's just a natural process. I'm not...
Yeah,
was he wearing
old.
Stiletto skis or something? I don't know.
Yeah, gone from 5'8" to 5'5". But there was so he said one thing. He said she was screaming like King Kong because he claims that he just heard this scream and she crashed into him. And then he also messaged his daughter saying, "I'm famous. I just crashed into a celebrity." When they asked him about that, he said, "Yeah, that's the other personality that now resides inside me that sent that."
Okay.
He started talking about why he's doing it and how, celebrities shouldn't be able to get away with this because if she does this to me, she could do it to other people. And then he went, just look at Epstein's Island. And he started to go on about Epstein's Island, and they went, whoa, what's this got to do with this? But the best bit for me was very, very funny. They said, so this happened in 2016, yeah. Okay. We used to be on Facebook quite a lot in 2016, 2017, right? It was like, well, not a lot. They always try and say, they don't just say yes or no. They go, well, not as much as some people. Bullshit. Yeah, okay. Can we just look at some photos? And they show all these photos of him. This is you in 2016, right after the crash. Yeah, this is you at a party with your girlfriend there. Yeah, having fun, smiling. Yeah. Okay, this is you hiking. Is that right? Yeah. So basically, physical and emotional damage. Right. This is you hiking. This is you wearing a hard hat. And there's a canoe behind you. Kayak. Sorry, are you going kayaking? No, I was in a shop trying on helmets. Okay, this is you bike riding. This is you on a motorbike. Oh, this is you whitewater rafting. There's a picture of him in a whitewater raft. And then finally, this is you on the back of a camel. Is it not? He's like, yeah. And every picture, he's usually with his daughter or his grandchild or niece or whatever. So he's going, that's me with my daughter. Yeah, we had a great time. He's really trying to like make himself out as this nice man. And then they just start digging into him about when his deposition in 2016 and what he's saying now. And they're completely contradictory. And I'd love to see Gwyneth Paltrow go down. I'd love to see her having to pick up trash on the side of the road. Not go down like that, Stu, you dirty bugger.
What?
But unfortunately, I think it's quite clear that this guy is a bullshitter and probably just wants to be able to go to parties and say, yeah, I sued Gwyneth Paltrow.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's won, hasn't she? I'm sure she's won.
No, it's not finished yet.
Are you sure? I'm sure I saw some footage of her walking because she won. She walked out behind him and said, I hope you get some help. She whispered it into his ear. Yeah.
No, hang on.
Yeah.
Have I missed the ending?
I think, have I just spoiled it for you? If I have, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Paltrow wins lawsuit.
Yeah.
7 minutes ago.
I read this story like yesterday.
You can't have done.
Well, there was a moment where she walked behind him and like whispered in his ear, I hope you get the help you need.
Stu, it's happened. It's happened. She's won. Either you've predicted this or it hasn't. Do you want to bring up the winning
I'm going to do it.
It seemed like she was going to. Gwyneth Paltrow awarded $1 and cleared of fault over 2016 skiing collision.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Let's bring this up because we all need to get some closure on this story. The hot potato from the week. Here we go. Gwyneth Paltrow awarded $1 and cleared of fault over ski crash. She
beat the Colonel.
And there's the Colonel Sanders. She's thanked jurors who found her not liable for a 2016 ski crash at a resort in the US state of Utah. Retired optometrist Terry Sanderson, 76, had said Mrs. Paltrow crashed into him, inflicting life-changing injuries, as we know. The jurors sided with Miss Paltrow, 50. Why does articles feel the need to?
No, it's horrible, isn't it?
Put someone's age right after it. Anyway, I felt that acquiescing to a false claim compromised my integrity. She's pleased with the outcome and thanked the judge and 8-member jury for their thoughtfulness in handling this case. Took the jury 3 hours of deliberation to unanimously find Mr. Sanders entirely at fault for the incident and award Ms. Paltrow the symbolic sum she had sought. There
you go. There you go. Well, I brought you the news and we finished the news live on air. Very interesting.
This was the moment.
Oh.
Does everyone remain seated while the parties leave?
I'm going to make a quick statement. Ms. Paltrow is not going to be making.
I hope you receive the help you need.
So you can make the statement outside, Mr. Owens.
I will do that.
Okay.
Wow, is that what she said?
Does everyone remain seated while the parties leave?
I'm going to make a quick statement. Ms. Paltrow is not going to be making.
Fuck you.
So you can make the statement outside.
Buy my new candle.
I will do that.
called 3 Broken Ribs.
Okay, Gwynny has
Gwynny Winnie
won the hearts of the jury, at least. Maybe not the
there
nation, but the jury.
Not so much of a hot potato anymore because we can't discuss who will win, but the right person probably won. But yeah, there we go. It's I'd still say go and watch some of the courtroom footage. It's very funny, very entertaining.
Thank you, Jimmy, for bringing that to us. Hopefully the nation can now rest knowing the results from that trial. Any thoughts on that in the chat? Do let us know. With that being said, it is time for us to take a look through our week in Geek. Jimmy, here we are. It's the week in Geek. It's the it's the real meat and potatoes of the show, isn't it? When we discuss what we've been up to each and every week. Would you mind do me the honor of letting me go first with what I've watched?
No, of course. Go.
Thank you, sir. Just a couple of quick hits from me. First off, the Diablo 4 open beta happened last weekend. If you don't know what Diablo 4 is, it is it's like a top-down action RPG game, very kind of high fantasy, like it's not quite Lord of the Rings. It's a bit more dark than that. It's more like your Warhammer. You have the little scale models you get, that kind of fantasy lore. But it's a top-down RPG, very well known, very well loved. The previous entries in the series. The fourth installment is now coming to various consoles and PCs and whatnot. And I played the open beta, and it's excellent. I just wanted to say it's bloody excellent. Absolutely loved playing that for a couple of hours last Saturday, and it's straight on my pre-order list for the PlayStation 5 right now. Loved it. Proper nerded out playing that. It's
nice.
Yeah, proper. It's proper. All I can say is proper. Really
giving it the full proper.
Yep. It's our seal of quality. It's proper. And second quick thing I just wanted to mention before I get into my main stuff is Yellowjackets has returned. You may remember me speaking about the first series of Yellowjackets
on Sky, Paramount. Christina Ricci.
Indeed. It's on Paramount Plus, Jimmy, as you say, about a group of girls who crash landed. I forget where it is. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in like Canada somewhere. Like, proper. I'm saying proper. Right deep down in the Canadian wilderness or Alaska, somewhere around there. And they kind of just descend into some dark places, and there's like a split storyline about them stuck on in this the outback, if you like, and the girls back at home clearly have been rescued, and how they're dealing with stuff in the real world in the present day, and it kind of flips back and forth. Really good, great cast. Great to have it back and to continue watching that, but it's one episode a week, and
do you not like that anymore?
It's hard. I'm finding it hard with like Mando and stuff, but it is what it is. Excuse me. So yeah, just wanted to raise those, and I'll probably be talking about more of those once I've finished them. Certainly Yellowjackets. There we go. The main thing I've watched really is
this is what I want to hear about.
Which one? Picard?
Yeah,
okay. I finished Picard season 1 finally.
You blitzed it.
I did. Well, I think I could have done it a bit quicker. I think that there was moments where I thought, and I think this is the fault of that season particularly, is that I couldn't get motivated to put it on. And I don't know if that's because I found the narrative quite not dull, but I found it quite hard to follow what was going on. And I think some of that is because it's referencing, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, it's referencing stuff that's happened off screen, like they're referencing like this big attack on Mars, and like the synths, kind of this event where the synths kind of cause some catastrophic event on Mars, and they allude to it.
A synth ban. There's a synth ban.
Yeah. And Picard's role in trying to save. Did he try and save people from Mars?
Yeah. No, he was trying to save Romulans and relocate them to Mars.
Okay.
He was part of the rescue mission.
Right. Well, you can see I'm clearly confused by it all, but it
was confusing.
It felt like there's a lot of deep lore in there, and for someone who's not like deep into the Star Trek universe and lore and stuff, I found it quite difficult to get into.
But it was new lore. It wasn't. None of it was anything to do with the past. So they brought in new, like the Romulans always had a secret organization within the Romulans called the what are they called?
The police.
So, I can't remember them. Yeah, they're called like the Tar.
Yeah, Tak Mashallah.
Yeah, it's like Taj. It's like Taj Mahal. What are they called?
That'll do.
But yeah, there
Taj Mahal.
there was those. But then what they brought in was the Jat Vash or something, which was this other secret organization within the Romulans, who were all the women who looked into the portal.
I thought they were one and the same. Were they not the one?
The Tal Shiar. So there's the Tal Shiar.
Oh, I really was confused then. Shit.
Yeah, well, this is ridiculous. The Tal Shiar are like the Romulan secret police.
Yes.
They're like the Section 31 in the Federation Order, the Obsidian Order in the Cardassians. That they've always been at the Tal Shiar. They've been in Star Trek for a long time. But then they brought in the Jat Vash, which was those women who looked into the portal,
right?
Or whatever they looked into, and saw this thing that was so horrific.
They
either killed themselves or they went on a mission to try and stop it from happening.
Yeah.
But did you notice one of the things in the vision that they saw was stock footage of a fox rotting and maggots? Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only I'm saying, did you think of me when you saw the fox? Mm-hmm. That's old footage.
Hey, that's like a classic bit of film, isn't it?
That's in the credits of True Blood. Like that's just been around for a long, and it's like so cheap. It's so cheap. And then you also had the Romulan warrior nuns. This was a new thing.
Wait, I think I must have missed this.
No, you've met the nuns. Yes, they're in series 1 because that's where he gets Elnor, the elf, with his sword.
Yes, no, I do remember. Yeah, beg your pardon. Oh my god!
So that's a new group of Romulans, warrior nuns that we've never heard of before. And this, just him going in and this guy not knowing his name, not knowing who he is. One of the most famous people in Starfleet history. They don't know him. And this is what's great about Series 3, Stu.
It does feel it feels like I'm having to plow through. I'm macheting my way through a forest of shite at the moment, just trying to plow through this to get to Series 3, which, from what you're saying and what I'm getting from you and your watch-alongs, is that's the stuff I want to see, like your classic Star Trek. You're bringing back the band of the next generation together, and that's what I'm kind of laying the groundwork to get the rewards at the end. It all comes good at the end.
I liked Rios. I quite liked Rios.
I did, yeah. I liked the kind of the little crew they'd got together. I liked 7 of 9. Is that her name?
Yeah. Yep.
The Borg woman. I liked her. I didn't like the Doctor. I thought she was a bit annoying.
Girardi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did she kill? Why did she kill what's his name? Maddox? Maddox.
Yeah.
So Maddox was in original Star Trek. That's a new actor playing him. There was no need for it. She got told what was going to happen, so she killed him. Like bonkers. Like really bad writing.
Yeah, and I've seen the first episode of Series 2, and she's even more annoying in that. I hope she carks it. I really do. Hopes are high because I don't think is she in Series 3. I don't think she is.
No, but they got rid of everyone for Series 3.
It feels like clear out.
Yeah, they did. Apart from Raffi, they're all gone.
I like Raffi. Raffi's okay.
Yeah, well, I don't like Raffi.
Why not? I thought you was enjoying her stuff when you.
I like her in Series. Yeah, I like her in Series 3.
Right. Okay.
She's different.
Okay.
I don't like. So, as I keep saying, the Federation was supposed to be something for humans to aspire to.
Yeah.
And occasionally you had people in Starfleet who had gone a bit off on one. But she was like this drug addict, and I didn't like the way she calls Picard JL. You're like, where's that come from? Who calls it? No one calls him that.
Yeah.
Not even his
show some respect.
Yes, that. And when he went to visit her in her caravan, as she's smoking on her thing and she's living in a caravan,
space weed. Yeah.
They've said in Star Trek that they've eliminated poverty and hunger and everything and that's why they concentrate now on exploration and bettering themselves. Why is she living in a caravan, smoking vape, smoking drug vapes? It's really and having a go at him for living in a chateau. It's like that's not how Earth's supposed to work in that century. So that really annoyed me.
It's it has its moment, or it had its moments, I should say. It's there was, you know, when the classic score kicks in and you got Picard and he says engage and all that almost makes up for like the dull storyline and just the general kind of shoddiness of it all. From what it did for me anyway. You think, it's still got those moments that get you back in.
I agree, and that's why I stuck with it and I enjoyed it. Stu, another question for you. The Romulans with the Borg cube.
Yeah.
What were they doing with it?
Don't know.
No, me neither.
I assumed they were like studying it for, I don't know, technological advance. I don't know.
Right,
it's just
nothing.
A way to have a Borg cube in there, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. It was just, what do people know? Borg, data, blooming Romulan. Like it was just so. It was so badly put together. And what about the Romulan brother and sister, who was a bit?
That's weird
Incestuous.
Yeah, a little bit. I never understood. I was constantly Googling after the first few episodes what the difference between a Romulan and a Vulcan was, because I wasn't sure. Like, they obviously have the pointy ears, but I'm still not entirely sure I know what the difference is.
They come from a same ancestral background,
right?
But they're from different planets,
right? They like split off at some point in the.
Yeah, and Vulcans are a lot more pacifistic than the Romulans. Different types. They're all about are very prideful, the Romulans, and arrogant and crafty and sneaky, whereas the Vulcans are a lot more. Not all Vulcans are like Spock. Like, it took them a while to become logical. They had to follow the teachings of Sarak. It took some time. Sorry, did Spock just walk in?
Yeah. She could have texted me that. Fucking hell, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So sorry.
No, I was boring myself.
She did text me.
But anyway, it was such a messy storyline that really didn't make sense.
It was. I never felt truly comfortable in understanding what was going on, to be honest. I mean, I went along for the ride. It looked nice. You could, clearly some money had been spent on it. It looked, all the space scenes were fantastic. There was that moment, and we discussed it in our chat, that when all of the Starfleet ships appear in like those final 2 episodes, it's the same ship, just cut and paste across across the whole screen.
Awful.
So so that it felt like they cut some corners along the way, but I don't know. It was fine. I did enjoy my time watching it, and I'll continue to watch season 2 and beyond, obviously. And first episode of season 2 has been quite good.
First 2 episodes of series 2 are great.
Yeah, I know Q's in it, and there's I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really know much about Q, to be honest, but I know he's a well-loved antagonist.
You've seen Star Trek before, right?
Yes.
Why are you watching this if you haven't watched Star Trek?
It's been a long time, Jimmy. A long time.
Q is an omnipotent being who was.
He was in the very first episode of Next
in the very first and the last.
Oh, really? Oh, that's nice.
Oh God, yeah. And he appeared in a few DS9 and a few Voyager. He had some good ones in Voyager, but mostly his good stuff is in Next Gen. Yeah. Oh, you've seen All Good Things. The last episode of Star Trek Next Gen.
But you know what? Watching Picard has really got me back into like. I'm back in that. I'm back in the Star Trek world.
Do you know what, Stu?
It's been a long time since I've
once
enjoyed some bloody Star Trek.
You should go back and watch Next Gen from Series 2. Don't watch Series 1. There's a couple of okay ones. There's no need. But yeah, Series 2 onwards. Or just go back and watch All Good Things. Just go and watch the last episode. It's brilliant. So good.
I mean, the good thing is with Next Generation, that era of Star Trek, you kind of dip into any episode you like, can't you? Because it was that, here's an episode. This is what's going to happen. Here's the beginning, middle, and end, and away you go. Next episode.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Series 3 is purely for Star Trek fans. Like, it's not. It's for either Star Trek fans or new people who have watched Picard season 1 or 2. It's not to try and bring new people in the slightest.
Oh no, it's like a complete. What's the word? Oh God.
Love letter.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fan service. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Fan service. But that's not a bad thing, I don't think.
God, look at my hair.
Just stop playing with it.
Sorry, it's just getting higher and higher.
But anyway, that's Picard season 1. I did enjoy it overall, but it had its low points, but they were redeemed by just those very particular Star Trek moments.
Yeah, they've just got to play the music of Next Gen and have Picard go engage, and you go,
give everything. Oh, I missed some comments. I'm so sorry, chat. Neil J. Apparently, the optometrist needs to pay Paltrow's legal bills too, which is nice. That's so good, harsh, isn't it?
You always do that.
What if you lose?
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Rock is in the house. Welcome, Rock. Proper Pat. Yeah. Welcome, Rock. Lovely to have you with us. Hope to get you on the show again soon. Good old boys are Rock. One was the best one. Are you referring to Picard at that point? The first season of Picard? Let us know. Sorry, I missed your comment originally. Raymondo's in the house. Hello, Raymondo. Gaming Cyborg. Good old Ray. He's a good boy as well. Lovely to have the legend that is Ray in the house. So like I say, Picard, enjoying it.
Stick with it. It's worth it.
I will do. It's just not. I put an episode on when Amanda's putting Benjamin to bed. It usually takes him about an hour to go unconscious and fall asleep. So that's my kind of early evening treat to myself, is I just put that on and watch it. And I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Oh, notes. Where the hell are we, Jimmy?
Well, we can talk about what I've watched.
Yeah, do it. What have you been up to?
I've watched a few things. I've got up to date with Bad Batch.
I didn't know you was watching that.
I missed some out. John Simmons Scale Modeler told me to skip certain ones, which I did. Okay. And actually, episodes 12 to 16 have been bloody ruddy good. Very emotional and good storytelling, like better than Mando. So that's been quite enjoyable. Doing
some interesting things with the the telling us that story about the clones and how they deal with life after the Order 66 and all that, and
just treated as property, and they're just being discarded and experimented on. And I'm a massive fan of Crosshair in the Bad Batch. Yes. I think he's a really interesting character. Has been since the start. And I'm up to date on Mando. But one thing that I did watch this week, which I just found randomly, and I really enjoyed it. And I found out it's from 2019. But it's a show called The Cockfields.
The Cockfields.
And it's a sitcom.
Yep.
I think there's been 3 series, but I can't find the other 2 series. But the first series popped up on iPlayer, and it's written by Joe Wilkinson. There you go. So you got the girl from Motherland. Can't remember her name, and Joe Wilkinson. Yep. You got Bobby Ball.
Ball. Rest in peace.
That guy's funny. You got the mum from Raw Family.
Oh yeah, Sue.
Who's always great. You got Nigel Havers.
Oh, look at that.
So it's 3 episodes, and that's the first series. It's just 3 episodes.
Wait, and 30 minutes?
Yeah. Wow. So it's just like a short little film. I watched them all back to back the other night. Just found it on the iPlayer, and it's written by Joe Wilkinson and David Earl. David Earl you've watched Afterlife, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
You know Kev. All right, I've got a joke for you.
Oh yeah.
Him. So those two are mates
okay.
in real life, Joe, and they've got a podcast together.
And Rhapsody Nesbitt, I just saw.
Well, he may have come into it. Yes, look. So I think they recast for series 2.
Rab.
Yeah, because Bobby Ball died, didn't he?
Yeah, of course.
So this must be series 2, which I haven't seen yet.
Okay.
I'll
hold
don't
that
spoil
there,
it for me.
No, I won't.
And also, I don't know when it was, but Joe Wilkinson used to be in a relationship with what's her name? The girl from Motherland. It's going to really annoy me. Oh well,
yeah.
They were in a relationship together. They used to do stand up together. It was very funny. But I'm wondering if when they split up, she didn't go on to series 2, and they recast
Diane Morgan.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, it's on the iPlayer. It's 3 episodes, half an hour each. It's about him taking her to meet his family on the Isle of Wight, and it's just a really nice
comedic potential there, isn't there?
It's just a really nice, funny little thing. 3 episodes, so it was nice. You know, you could just get through it, and that's on iPlayer. I don't know what more to say about it. Really, it's just quite a sweet, funny little show.
Was it funny?
Yeah, Good. First. Sorry about that. First episode, I laughed a bit.
Yeah.
But just still enjoyed all the performances. Second episode, laughed a lot. Third episode, laughed a lot.
Well, that's that's 100% record.
Yeah, it's good.
If my maths is correct.
3 episodes. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So I reckon if anyone fancies like a nice little sitcom that's well written and good actors, good cast, watch that on the iPlayer.
I'm game because I do like just a quick.
The Cockfields.
Yeah, a quick. What the fuck am I trying to say? Sitcom. Fucking hell. Sitcom to plow through and watch. Yeah. So Cockfields. There we go. I forgot to mention. I watched The Black Phone this week, the latest film on Sky Movies. I don't know if you recall this when it was out in the cinema. It's Ethan Hawke plays a very kind of ghostly, child snatchery type villain. It's like a horror thriller chiller. Let's call it a chiller. Okay. So basically, this kid gets kidnapped by Ethan Hawke's character. I think they call him the grabber or the snatcher or something. And it's set in the 70s America. Ethan Hawke's like going around taking all these kids, and the film centers around this child who's been captured, and there's a black phone in like the basement where he's been held, and the phone keeps ringing, and on the end of the phone are the voices of children who have previously been captured and presumably killed by Ethan Hawke's character. And they're he's having these conversations.
Don't spoil this.
I won't. He's having conversations with the kids, and it kind of they try and help him evade the grabber. I think that's what it's called. But it was okay. Strangely, despite the premise, which sounds quite exciting, I found it a little dull. But your mileage may vary on that. Obviously, talking about film is a very subjective thing, but it looked nice. It's very grimy and very, very 70s. I liked having it set in the 70s. I know that evokes a certain feel, doesn't it? I think it suits this type of chiller type film. Yeah, it was prime grabbing era, wasn't it? The 70s. Let's be honest. But yeah, it felt like a great period to set the film in. Very kind of Summer of Sam like, But yeah, I'd recommend it if you've got a chance to watch it. I won't pay for it, but if you've got a chance to watch it for free, if you've got
What's it called?
Movies, The Black Phone.
The Black Phone.
I won't obviously spoil how it ends, but it's kind of predictable, but
all right, don't ruin it.
It was no, it was an all right evening's entertainment, to be honest. So yeah.
I heard a writer on the radio a while back, and she was talking about setting her sort of thriller novels in the 90s or 80s. And they said, like, why'd you do that? And she said, well, it's pre-mobile phones. And it's much easier to do a thriller or a horror before everyone had everything in their hand.
That's a very good
text,
point, isn't it?
WhatsApp, phone, Google Maps, everything, So before that, you can do these horrors a bit easier.
That is another layer you probably have to work into your narrative somewhere, isn't it? Whether the killer takes the phone or deals with it. It's usually the phone that takes them down, isn't it? Really,
Well, it's
like
standard
the location of it or whatever.
A standard horror trope was they've cut the phone line.
Yeah,
isn't it? The phone line's been cut. It's like, don't worry about it. We've all got phones. Okay.
It's an interesting point. Yeah, it must be quite. I don't know, a lot easier to write a historical or a period horror film than a modern day one. Interesting. Yeah. Huh. But certainly I recommend watching the Black Phone. It's only, I think they're like 80 minutes or so it whizzes through. But I wouldn't say it's anything that it's gonna stick with you after you've watched it, but it's a good Saturday evening popcorn film,
Fair enough. I'm looking forward to this Saturday evening. I think me and the wife are going to be watching Murder Mystery 2, the latest Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston romp.
My condolences to you.
Thank you. Do you know what, Stu? We really enjoyed the first one.
Did you really? To be fair, I haven't watched it, so I can't really comment.
I think because Jennifer Aniston was there, Adam Sandler tried a little bit.
Okay.
So
she upped his game.
Do you know what? Actually, in retrospect now, you look at Sandler films where it's him and all his mates, and they're a lot of awful tripe. But his rom-coms, like Blended and 51st Date and stuff, they're pretty good. His rom-coms are pretty good. So maybe when there's a woman involved, he tries a bit harder.
Maybe. Or when he's not surrounded by his mates who are probably just yes men saying, oh, this is great, Adam. Yeah, you're doing nothing wrong here.
He's just trying to make them more money.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think that's only natural. If you're like, we think this show's amazing, but might not be. We might just be yes men. You could just be saying yes, it's great, but really it's tripe. Let us know in the chat.
That's the goal of a wife or a partner, isn't it? It's to better you, to up your game.
Yes, and I think you have done that to me, so thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go.
Comment in the comment section. The mad James Carr is back.
Yep. Future James says 25. He's offering you 25 grand. I can't remember what that offer was for now.
It's for use of the name.
Right. Okay.
But I don't use that name. So
that's not your name. So I don't know what he's on about.
That's not my name. So I don't know what he's on about.
Don't matter. Use it all you like. Sully that name. Speaking of sullying one's name.
Nice.
Jonathan Majors is in a bit of trouble this week, isn't he?
He is. Jonathan Majors.
The MCU's Kang to you and I.
Or Creed 3's other person.
Yep. Yes.
The Creed 3. The big blockbusters of this year. Creed 3 and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
So Jonathan Majors was arrested this past week on suspicion of strangulation, assault and harassment this past weekend.
Do you want to bring the picture up, Stu? Can you bring that up?
Yeah, okay.
So people know who he is. Sorry.
No, fine. Has this not? There's been strange developments in this, isn't there? Like
very strange.
Has she not rescinded what she's saying now, or I say she?
Yeah.
We should give her name if she is named.
I don't know her name.
No.
Well,
there's Jonathan Majors there.
She's texted him saying the police told me they wouldn't charge you because apparently when the police turn up to someone's house, if someone's got visible marks on them from an attack, then someone's going to get arrested. Apparently. Yeah. So, but they said they wouldn't charge him. She messaged saying they've told me they won't charge you. They did charge him. She's saying I'll make sure that everyone knows it wasn't your fault. I don't know, what's quite happened there. Because even if she is texting saying, I'm sorry, blah, 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 because he was the one who rang the police and they arrested him. But even if she is saying, I'll say it wasn't your fault, there's plenty of domestic violence who are so ingrained in the relationship, indoctrinated in that relationship, that they think it is their fault sometimes, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Other rumours are that Disney have been in touch to her.
Yeah.
And gone, hey, that's the mouse. Hey, have $5 million, unnamed lady, and just stay shush.
I do question the reaction to this in the sense that, the focus is generally when an actor of, an actor or actress, let's be honest, has been involved in something like this where there's battery or, something has happened to another party that they're alleged to have done. The focus is always, he or she has ruined their career. Oh, what have they done? The focus isn't on the victim, is it? It's not, how is she doing? How's he or she doing? What a terrible situation for he or she to be in. The focus is always on the actor or actress, or the party, the famous party that's alleged to have done the deed.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? It's like if a garbage man did this sort of thing with his partner, you can go, well, that's his garbage man in career ruined, is it?
Yep.
That wouldn't even come into it.
No.
You go, well, he'll never work as a garbage
send him
man
down.
again. Yeah. But you're right. When it's actors, actors, we go, no, they'll struggle to work again.
Yeah.
We sort of care more though, don't we?
Yeah.
Especially if it's someone like someone in the MCU, which we've been invested in for 20 years.
Exactly. Our priorities are all skewed, aren't they, really? Let's be honest. Does this article have anything about the latest updates? I don't think it does.
No, I don't think it does. But as I say, that she's not pressing charges. I know that she's saying she's recanting everything that she said, and saying it was her fault. But it must have been a physical confrontation between the two of them, because I think she had marks on her neck and whatnot, cuts behind her ear, physical altercation.
A sad scenario all around, really. So let's hope. I don't know. I don't really know how to end this piece. But if he has done it, then he should be treated as such. Yeah. Well, that's all one can say. Let's hope justice is served.
I brought it up because we are MCU fans,
of course.
What do you do in this scenario? Do you got to recast, haven't you? Really?
What if he's guilty?
I think they'll struggle anyway at the moment.
Really, regardless.
Well, they got rid of him out the army adverts. They pulled the army adverts.
What army? Was he in some army adverts?
He was in some army adverts, for the US Army.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, took him down, yeah.
Well, surely, what about due process and innocent until proven guilty? Surely that doesn't
exist anymore.
That's true. Social media's got rid of that, isn't it?
Yeah, he'll be shot to bits.
We are the judge, jury, and executioner, aren't we? At this point, by we, I mean the social media public.
Yeah.
We are like Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I am the law. It's still
so it's and it's where you sort of need her to go online and talk, don't you? And actually go and get interviewed, or them together, or so, just so you can see it. It's all fine. Because even if it says a spokesperson for her said, you're like, it's hard to know what's right, what's true, and what's not, isn't it?
Yeah. But in terms of what they do with him, I don't know. Unless I suspect nothing will. I think it will just carry on as regardless. He'll continue to be Kang, and he'll continue to be in those Avengers movies.
Yeah. They're still bringing out the Flash with Ezra Miller, aren't they? And who knows what's happened with that chappie? That wacky chap.
Wacky chap. Bird news.
Sad
bird news. Sad bird news. And that is that. Let me get the story up. Is A Falcon has died, not a
He
Falcon,
lost.
the Falcon of the Gladiators. That's right. Gladiators star Bernadette Hunt has sadly died, aged 59. I am trying to get the story up, Jimmy.
That's okay. That's okay. How old was she? 59. Oh, that's no age.
People have, I mean, we're too young to remember the Gladiators, but I think people older, probably in their 40s, early 40s, will remember the Gladiators from the early 90s. This is the first I've heard of a gladiator dying. I don't think there's been any other gladiator deaths.
Didn't one of the big muscly men die? Not Hunter. Who was the Warrior? Didn't Warrior die of a heart attack or something?
I don't know.
Who's that chatting? Is that her?
I assume that's Falcon.
Gosh, that's great.
So the Gladiator star Bernadette Hunt has died at the age of 59. It's been announced. She was Falcon in the 90s series, which saw everyday contestants battling against a gladiator in a series of physical challenges in front of an arena audience.
Scroll down. She was 59. Wow, she looked amazing.
I'm just trying to see because I know she was battling a long-term illness.
There you go. Died after
cancer.
with cancer.
Oh, that's so sad. There she is in her prime.
Yeah,
looked very
she
different,
looked. She looked older then. That haircut.
Yeah.
That's the haircut of a falcon.
Yes.
She had 80s hair in the 90s. Do you know what's weird? I never found her attractive when I was a youngster and watched Gladiators. Now looking back, I'm thinking she was an extremely attractive lady.
Oh, my favorite was always Jet. I was a Jet.
Well, I was going to say, Jet, if you are listening and you are sad, give us a call.
Not that we remember Gladiators, of course.
Everyone remembers
far
Jet.
Too young.
Even if you weren't there.
Far too young. I think that's all for Week in Geek. I'm tempted to skip hot takes, or should we do it quickly? Oh, we can do it quickly, can't we?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're probably going to finish a bit earlier tonight, aren't we? Circa 8:30 or something. So let's
we've done well.
Let's get hot takes in.
So there we go. I've got hot takes for you where we take a look at the latest cinematic trailers. So let's just transition to that and crack on, really. Hot takes. Jimmy's frozen. Yes. There he is. Jimmy, what I wanted to ask you, are you a fan of Wes Anderson? Auteur, director, very much, has a very distinct style.
Royal Tenenbaums?
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah,
Royal Tenenbaums, Rushmore.
The Aquatic, what is it? The
Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
The Darjeeling Tea Express.
That's kind of it, yeah. But anyway, do you like his films? I'm a huge fan. Do you not?
I kind of enjoyed Rushmore, and I quite enjoyed the Royal Tenenbaums.
It's a very acquired taste, isn't he? I think.
Did he do the hotel one? I did enjoy that.
He did do what's that called?
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yes, he did.
With
fantastic
Voldemort. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But they're interesting. Did you know that they're great? Actually, they're great because when we're in this sea of Marvel and Star Wars and all that sort of stuff, it's lovely to get something different and interesting.
Very much so. I think you're right. I think in this age when it's very much churn out your next blockbuster franchise, the seventh iteration of, in some occasions, it's nice to get a director who's very much. He's an auteur in the true sense of the word, an old school auteur. We know he's got a visual style. He has a distinct circle of actors that he likes to work with. So I think I much prefer his earlier work than to what he's doing now. Stranger, I think he's very much turning into a bit of a cookie cutter director. A lot of his films are very, very much the same, But that's not to say that's a bad thing, because what he is doing is very different to the norm. So although it's very much a Wes Anderson film and is copy and pasting him to some degree, that's still a copy and paste of something that's very interesting, if you get me.
Yeah. So he always casts your favorite actor, doesn't he?
Yeah, Bill Murray is in many of his films. I don't think he's in this one, which is a roundabout way of saying I'm bringing you the latest Wes Anderson film trailer to us, and it's called the Asteroid City.
Yeah,
Asteroid City, and it looks like it's Anderson's first foray into like proper sci-fi.
Ooh,
yes, which I think could be interesting. It's obviously sci-fi with a Wes Anderson twist. But I've been waffling far too much. I haven't concentrated on keying up the trailer. So,
well, I'm excited to see it, Stu. Aesthetically, they're always quite beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, they are very beautiful. But before I key up the trailer, I wanted to kind of mention the cast, because I think that's a big thing with the Wes Anderson film is, well, who has he got to act in his films this time? And let me just reel off the cast. Well, actually, no. Should I let the trailer do the talking?
Yeah,
I'm going to let do the talking because in the past I've been accused of rambling a bit too much at the front end of Hot Take. So I'm going to let the trailer do the talking. So here we are. Here's the trailer. Asteroid City. Just keep an eye on, the list of actors' names at the end, because it will wow you, I think. So here we go. Asteroid City.
You're not here.
We're not there. The car exploded. Come get the girls. I have to stay here with Woodrow.
I'm not the chauffeur. I'm the grandfather. Where are you?
Asteroid City, Farm Route 6, mile 75.
Junior stargazers and space cadets. Each year we celebrate Asteroid Day, commemorating September 23rd, 3007 BC, when the arid plains meteorite made Earth impact.
Holy Toledo, that's Mitch Campbell.
You were very good in the one about the tramp in the brothel who gets amnesia and becomes a pediatrician. You were very authentic.
Actually, maybe my favorite character ever.
I don't know why nobody else liked it.
Oh.
What do those pulses indicate?
What? Oh, the beeps and blips? We don't know.
Some of our information about outer space may no longer be completely accurate. Anyway, there's still only 9 planets in the solar system as far as we know, Billy?
Except now there's an alien.
What's happening now?
I don't know. I don't like the way that guy looked at us. The alien.
How did he look?
Like we're doomed.
Maybe we are.
I've just informed the president.
How long can they keep us in Asteroid City legally?
The world will never be the same.
That's an alien doing jumpy jacks. That's an alien in a top hat.
What's out there? The meaning of life. Maybe there is one.
Are you married?
I'm a widower, but don't tell my kids.
You're saying her mother died 3 weeks ago?
Let's say she's in heaven, which doesn't exist for me, of course, but you're Episcopalian.
In my loneliness, I learned to give complete and unquestioning faith to the people I love. I don't know if that includes you, but it included my daughter and your 4 children.
Sometimes I think I feel more at home outside the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, wow. Me too.
They're strange, aren't they? They're children. Compared to normal people.
Yes, that's correct.
It's true.
Freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast.
I do a nude scene. You want to see it?
Huh? Did I say yes?
You didn't say anything.
I meant yes. My mouth didn't speak.
It's very, very Wes Anderson, isn't it? Very. It's the most Wes Anderson film I think I've ever seen. So I don't know. Has he taken it too far? Is it too Wes Anderson? I'm not sure.
Because I haven't watched a Wes Anderson film for a while, I really enjoyed that. I was really into that. I like that sort of quirkiness, that a lot of deadpan, isn't it? There's a lot of deadpan in his actors, and love to see Scarlett Johansson. I really like Jason Schwartz.
Yeah,
Jason Schwartz, he's great. He did a really interesting sitcom a while back, where he pretended to be a private detective. I can't remember what it was called now. There was like 3 series. It's him and Ted Danson and Zach. I think it was Zach Galifianakis. It was I'd never seen it before, and it just came out of nowhere, and I watched it. Brilliant. Tom Hanks there.
Hanks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. Needs Tom Hanks. At the end, I saw Willem Dafoe and Jeff Goldblum. Do you reckon one of them's the alien? By any chance?
That would be awesome. Together, maybe like fused somehow. That's how I would do it. Like a conjoined twin. Just smush them together. But that was Asteroid City. I'm cautiously optimistic with that because I do love a Wes Anderson film, and that is ticking all the boxes except for no mention of Bill Murray. So that's a bit disappointing, but never mind. I'm sure there'll be another one coming along with him in it.
Because Bill Murray hasn't got an agent, has he? He hasn't got a telephone. I think you ring a number and leave a voicemail for Bill Murray. And he says, I've heard him say, if it's a Wes Anderson film, I'll do it. But that's it. That's one of the prerequisites for a film for him.
Lovely stuff. I forgot to see when that said it was coming out. I think it just said coming to theaters soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But keep a lookout for that.
That was great.
Yeah, there we go. Very stylistically Wes Anderson. Almost very, very two-dimensional, isn't it? It's very kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird to say there's no 3D-ness about it, but when film is ostensibly a very 2D kind of medium, isn't it? But it's very, very two-dimensional. Even the way he frames his shots, it's very kind of static, almost like a play, isn't it?
Yeah,
very theatrical. Very
kind of like an old comic as well. I like comic, like just that bit when Schwartz just put his head out and it's just the back of his head and the background of whatever it was, can't remember if it's a rocket or a mountain or whatever, or them just in their windows. Yeah, very much like old comic strips. But great.
There we go. That was hot takes. Let's transition out with a sting, shall we? Let's do that. And we're back in the room. Jimmy, it's time to wrap the show up with an and finally story. And I've got quite a good one for you this week. A nice level of irony to this story. And I do like a bit of irony.
So exciting.
You're
going to do the sting?
Transition into the and finally sting for you. Let's send this show home. Oh, press the wrong button. I'm so sorry. It's almost so smooth. And finally, where we bring you the stranger side of the news. So hopefully send us off with a smile into the weekend. This story revolves around and this was around quite a lot in like the British press, and on social media. I saw quite a lot of it about, but I couldn't.
It's about David Jason. Oh.
Cornwall man mistakenly orders 60 pairs of reading glasses. There they are. It's him with his glasses. A man who mistakenly ordered 60 pairs of glasses has conceded he may not have been wearing his spectacles when he placed the order. Tom Arnold from Perranporth, Cornwall, went viral on social media after his son posted a photo of the mishap. He thought he had ordered 12 pairs of reading glasses online. Why? What? I didn't read that part of the story. Why
so he wanted 12.
Why are you ordering 12 pairs?
Yeah, at the most 4.
Bloody hell.
One next to your bed, one in the lounge, one in the office.
I order one at a time. I get one, it breaks, I get another one. Why are you ordering 12? But anyway, so he thought he'd ordered 12, but was surprised when a small mountain were delivered to his home on Sunday. The company has refunded the cost of the unwanted glasses. I think that's going above and beyond. This was his error. I think he's liable.
Did he return the glasses or he kept them?
I assume he kept them. He says, I just remember complaining about the packaging. This is an incredible waste of packaging for just a few glasses, Mr. Arnold said. I opened it up and discovered this small mountain of 60 pairs of reading glasses. Mr. Arnold had mistakenly ordered 12 sets of 5 glasses instead of 12 individual ones. A cost of about £120.
Right, so you get a set of 5.
Maybe I didn't have my glasses on. He joked. No shit. He said the reaction to his mistake online had been a little crazy. I find it a bit hard to believe that maybe some people need to have a bit of a laugh, have something a bit funny when there's so much bad news around, he said. And I think that's fair. So Tom Arnold, not the Tom Arnold, I hope. Is he dead? I think is Tom Arnold dead?
No, I don't think so. He should be, but I don't think he is.
But Tom Arnold of Cornwall, we salute you and your mountain of 60 odd pairs of reading glasses. I thought that was quite fun. Quite a fun story to end. Yeah,
just going off the back of that.
Yes,
a friend of ours, a very good friend. I can't use their names because they might get annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
A very good friend of the show who often comes on, who's often about. His wife accidentally ordered 50 eggs. 50 eggs on their shopping order turned up at the house.
Is this recently? Because I thought there was a shortage. I thought there was a shortage of eggs.
Yeah, that's why. Because his wife, because she's ordered 50 eggs.
Oh my god, you can be proper egg bound, aren't you? What are you going to do with 50 eggs? That's a lot of omelets.
Yeah, you've got to get through them. You've got to get through them.
I thought they were putting restrictions on how many you could buy.
Really?
I'm sure they were because of the bird flu stuff that's going on. I'm sure you could only buy like 3 packets. I suppose yes, she did. She bought 3 packets of 20. 20
no, she must have bought. I reckon she bought 5 10s.
Must have done. 10s. Well, bugger me, huh? Well, whoever you are, enjoy your eggs. That's all I can say. You're gonna bloody have to, aren't you? Jimmy, there we go. Thank you.
No wonder her husband's always on the toilet.
Trying to force something out. Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We've sped through this week, but it's only because I'm bloody hungry. And
that's not the reason. We've got to go for professional reasons.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, purely for professional reasons. But let's thank those that have joined us this week in the chat. It's been another good. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all with us. Rock asks, late question. When is the new Frasier coming out?
Rock, I'll find out and I'll let you know next week. Unfortunately, I don't know off the top of my head. Sorry about that.
No, we know they're filming it because we mentioned that a few weeks back. So I would imagine I'm going to say autumn this year. Sounds like.
I really hope they film 22 episodes like they used to.
Thank you, sir. No, absolute pleasure to have you on. Absolute legend that you are. Very humbling to have you come and watch our little show. I hope it all is well over across the pond. So thank you, Ray, for joining us. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, James Carr. There that is. Who else have we had? Neil J. Thank you, Neil. Pete Turner. Thank you. Lacey. Thank you. Alex. Thank you. Who else have we had? No Holly this week. Hope Holly's okay. Holly, I hope you're okay if you're listening.
No Lord Doolan.
No Lord Doolan. What the hell is going on? I think that's it. I think that's everyone. If I've missed you out, my humble apologies. If you want to catch up with us on demand, you can do so. I'll get the show up and polish it up and optimize it all on Saturday morning. And of course, the audio will be available on your podcast software of choice during the week. If you wish to partake in that during your commutes, you know where we are. We've had another Flashback Friday episode for you, episode 3 of the Skinned Bear / Renaissance Men podcast. We're going back through the vaults. Have you listened to it yet?
Me and the wife started listening to it earlier during dinner.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. Well, that's one of my favorite ones of all time. It's
you and your wife.
Yep.
And for the first 5 minutes, all she does is laugh. All she does is giggle.
Yeah. She was drinking some Malibu at that point to get through it. She had to drink some alcohol. But it's a lovely moment because I don't know why she agreed to do it, but I felt the need to have a co-host come on. It's my first taste of getting a co-host on, and so she is the original Renaissance Men co-host. And I think
it's weird.
Well.
It feels like you're just invisible, sat in your house, or you've bugged your and Amanda's house, and I'm just listening to you at the dinner table.
Yeah,
It's really
you
bizarre.
shouldn't be listening, but there we are.
Yeah, feels perverted.
At some point in the next few episodes, DRB will come on board.
Oh, lovely.
I'm loving putting them up because it's just a little dip into our history and just see where we come from, see where the a lot of the in jokes and all that kind of stuff comes from, and it's just nice. I think I might also do the botchcasts because I've got them, so I think I might try and do those, try and sync it, because we used to do an episode on the Friday and then a botchcast on the Monday and do that like every week. So I might try and sync them up as they released at the time, but whether I can be bothered to do that, who knows? But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, there you go. Go and listen to this week's one because it's funny.
It is. We didn't talk about WrestleMania this week, but looking forward to it, and we'll have a full breakdown of the results for you on next week's show. So join us for that.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's all I've got left to say. So thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everyone. Oh, we had a last-minute chat mention. I've got to scroll all the way down. Oh, okay. It's future Jimmy Carr, just wasting our time again. So, yes, until next week, thank you, everyone. Please take care and goodbye.